Hi, welcome to day 3 of our October Pilates challenge. Go ahead and grab your mat or towel and let's get started. We're going to start by laying down with the knees soft and the feet flat on the floor. Hopefully some of this is starting to feel more comfortable and familiar for the body. So taking a moment to feel some length across the spine, reaching through the hips, starting to find length and reach across the lower back, allowing the chest to broaden. Draw that chin down towards the chest. We get that stretch across the back of the neck as well. And then let's start by floating the arms up to the ceiling. Reach through that right shoulder, peeling that shoulder up, and then just releasing the shoulder down. It's a nice little shoulder stretch to start things off with. Reach that left arm, and then release down. Let's go ahead and activate that Pilates breath to go with that. Inhale as you reach, and exhale as you release. And inhale and reach, and exhale, release. So we're inhaling through the nose, and we're exhaling out of the mouth. And we're inhaling through the nose, and exhaling out. And then one more time, inhale, and exhale. And last one, inhale, and exhale. So hopefully feeling a little more space across those upper back muscles. Relax those arms by your sides, lengthening again through that neck. See if you can get a little more stretch there. And then working into our pelvic clock exercise. We're going to scoop the abdominal muscles in towards the spine so you can tuck the tailbone under, starting to fill out hollowed belly and some stretch across the front of those hips. And then round the tailbone back, arching through the spine, starting to feel some engagement in the lower back. And let's go ahead and tuck that tailbone under. Nice deep inhale, scooping the abs in. See if you can do that work all from your core muscles instead of from your glutes. And then round the tailbone back, feeling that lift across the low spine. In this position, try not to flare the ribs. Keep those ribs a part of the work. And tucking that tailbone under and arching. And let's do that one more time. Tucking under, diving the belly button in towards the spine, and then arching back. And then bringing the pelvis into center. So feeling out where we are both long across the front and the back, right? That neutral pelvis position. And then walk those feet a little closer to you if you can, bringing the feet hip distance apart. We're going to go into an exercise called breathing. We do breathe during all of our exercises, but this is one in particular has gotten that name. Reach those arms all the way overhead, and as the arms are overhead, feel the shoulders slide down the back. You can feel that shoulder girdle, right? You can feel that wing along the floor. See if you can slide the shoulder blades away from the ears. Now in doing this, let's feel out those core muscles. So scoop the belly button in towards you and draw those ribs towards your center line. So you're again feeling that hug around the waistline. Hopefully that's starting to feel a little more comfortable and familiar, right? So we can start building that stamina. Now, depending on our shoulders and our chest, you actually may need to lift the arms in order to fully get those ribs to pull towards the midline, right? There is a connection that happens here. So notice if you place the arms on the floor, right, and the ribs immediately flare, right? The more important thing of this is going to be the rib cage. So go ahead and adjust those arms as your body needs. Right now, as we start opening some space across the armpit and the chest, you'll be able to create more stretch through this space without forgoing the ribs. All right, so we have that openness in the chest, that long neck. We're drawing the abs and the ribs in. And now imagine like a soccer ball between those knees. Let's go ahead and squeeze the inner thighs towards your center, even though the legs are apart. And then we round the tailbone under, just like we did for our pelvic clock exercise a moment ago, from those abs, right? Not from the glutes, from the abs. And then continue rounding the pelvis off the floor, one vertebrae at a time. And again, this is coming from the abdominal muscles, not from pressing the feet into the floor. It will activate a different sensation in the body and a slightly different line in the lower half. Now, as the hips stay lifted, reach those arms overhead and begin sliding those shoulders further down the back as you take the fingertips and reach them towards the knees. So now we're starting to activate all the parts of our core, the inner thighs, the abdominal muscles, those ribs, and the shoulders, your lats. Your latimus dorsus helps create that stability across the shoulders. And then round the hips back down, rolling across the spine as the arms swoop back overhead. So this is our breathing exercise, and it starts really activating all 4 of those points: inner thighs, abs, ribs, and shoulders. So it starts activating where those shoulders can be placed for more stability and releasing tension out from the neck. So let's try that again. Inner thighs, abs, ribs, shoulders. Go ahead and tuck that tailbone under, peeling the lower spine off the floor as the arms reach overhead and down towards the knees. Now stay right here as you take a huge exhale and try to wrap that waistline more towards your center. Relax the tension out of your glutes. Put that work into the front of the core instead. Inhale, stay here. Feel those 4 points just a little bit more. And then exhale, round the tailbone back onto the floor as the arms swoop overhead. Now let's take that again. Inner thighs, abs, ribs, shoulders. Inhale as you round the spine off the floor, reaching down towards the knees. Holding at the top as you exhale. Relax the glutes, feel the core scoop in. Inhale, reach to those fingertips just a little bit more if you can. And exhale as you roll the spine back down and the arms overhead. Let's do that one more time. Inner thighs, abs, ribs, shoulders. Inhale as you round the hips up and reach down to the knees. Holding that as you exhale. Try to slide those shoulders a little further down the spine. Inhale, hollow out the belly, wrap that waistline. And exhale all the way back and down. Beautiful. Go ahead and hug those knees into your chest. Take a moment to relax through your lower back. Feel the core muscles still, abs and ribs, so you feel that gentle press of the low spine onto the floor. And now let's get ready for our hundreds. So for hundreds, you will always have those options, but let's review. So place the feet on the floor as far from you as you can and still have the foot flat on the floor. So the knees are very soft opened. And then glue the legs together. Arms by the sides. We're going to curl up from those abs, rounding the torso up so you feel the abs pull in. You feel the ribs draw towards your center. You're reaching through those fingertips. The neck is long. The chest is open. And remember, again, always checking in with the neck. What feels good for your body today? Not yesterday, but today, right? So feeling out. If this is too strenuous on the neck, put the head back down. Don't worry about it. Otherwise, try to stay lifted. Option 1. Ready? Option 2. Float those legs up into tabletop. So you get those shins parallel to the floor. You're scooping those abs in a little bit deeper. Option 3, extend those legs all the way up long. Wrap those inner thighs towards your center line. So we get inner thighs, abs, ribs, reaching through the shoulders. Choose the position that's best for your body today. Feet on the floor, tabletop, or straight. Lengthening through those arms. Here we go. Pump those arms with breath. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Pull the belly to the floor. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Squeeze those legs together. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Open through the chest and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Draw the ribs in and up and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Expel those lungs and 4 more, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Wrap the waistline and 3 more, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Pump like you mean it. 2 more, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Huge breath. Then last one, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Relaxing it down. Fantastic, right? Getting that internal warmth. getting that blood flow, that heart rate up. Extend those legs long. Take the arms overhead. Reach across the room. Go for as much length in the whole body as you can. And then release. And let's go and wiggle the fingers and the toes, feeling that movement in the very furthest points. And then circle those wrists and ankles for 3 and 2 and 1. And then reverse 3 and 2 and 1. Beautiful. Ready for roll up. So remember, roll up is that stretch of the spine, that articulation of the spine. It's our chance to check in with each vertebrae to see what's going on, what needs some space, what needs a little bit more focused and attention, right? Let's go ahead and start with a soft knee. So we're going to place the foot on the floor as far from you as you can, right? Opening up some space across those front pockets. Inner thighs glued together, so squeeze those legs together. Draw those abs and ribs in. And now the arms are overhead, but let's feel those lats. Slide those shoulders down the back away from the ears. So now we can start refining where the shoulders are placed and help ease the tension and strain out of the neck. Woohoo! Let's feel that out. Hands come up to the ceiling, chin comes into the chest. Peel the spine off the floor. Remember, if you need to, grab those legs and help use those arms to get you off the floor. Reaching forward with as much hollowed space as you can create here as possible. Inhale and begin rounding it back down. Squeeze those legs together. Draw the abs into the floor, rolling through the spine and releasing it down. And taking that again, ready, articulating through the body. Hands go up to the ceiling. Inhale as you round it up, lengthening through the body. And exhale forward. Pause right here. Notice if you're reaching with the shoulder, and that's creating a shrug around the ears. So you can draw those shoulders down the back. We're going to use those lats, right, to create that openness. Squeeze the inner thighs, abs, ribs, and shoulders working down as you round through the spine, lengthening through the body, and exhale. Right? So I'm not concerned with how far the arms go. This isn't about touching your toes. This is about the stretch of your spine and just allowing the arms to kind of go along for the ride, right? If that's feeling comfortable and strong, go ahead and straighten those legs, right? So we can either have soft knees, especially for having any tightness in the hips or the lower back, or the legs can be all the way straight. Either way, squeeze those legs together. Feel the inner thighs activated the whole time. And then those abs pulling in, the ribs nice and tight, arms long, shoulders working down away from those ears. Use that breath. Inhale as you peel the spine up and exhale into that stretch. Again, shoulders working away from the ears. Feel that length out to the top of the head. Inhale as you round it back down. Keep squeezing those legs together, rolling through the spine. And exhale. And inhale as you round it up, feeling that lift between the ribs and the hips. And exhale. And inhale as you round it back down. Try to roll through your center. Work the right and left side equally in this exercise. And exhale one last time. Inhale as you round it up, rolling through the body. And exhale into that stretch. Again, long neck, shoulders out of those ears. Inhale as you round it back down, rolling through the spine, rolling through that midline. And exhale. Fantastic. Bringing those legs in towards you, we're going to do an exercise called rolling like a ball. Fantastic for getting that lymphatic system moving. So good for detoxification, building up your immune system. Great for de-stressing. Wonderful for insomnia and cramping, things like this, right? This exercise is an amazing tool for that. It feels a little goofy, but stick with me. I promise it'll be worth it. Okay, we're going to do some variations to warm ourselves up into this concept. So legs are going to stay slightly bent. Let's bring the hands behind the knees. We're going to do a version first that's about feeling the C curve of our spine, right? We all have different amounts of curve in our back. We want to go for some stretch in this flexed spine. So within that, let's start with the tailbone. You're going to engage those abdominal muscles so that you can round the tailbone, right? So you're starting to curve the lower back. And then we're going to round the head off the floor, just like we thought about earlier, right? From those ribs. So we're starting to create that curved spine. Now within this, you can use your arms to help within that, but make sure the shoulders are not shrugged up by the ears. I don't want to add tension to the neck. That's not helpful. Relax the shoulders and really feel the ribs pull in to create that. And then rock yourself forward and back as many times as you need to come up to sit. Now for rolling, we have a lot of rolling exercises in Pilates, and they're all very fun. I'll say fun. The first time you do that, they feel way more complicated than they look like they should be. So just know that, okay? So ahead of time, embracing the goofiness of this movement first and foremost. Let's go for the stretch of the spine. So we're gonna create a more open position to begin. So hands again, go behind those knees. You want to not sit on top of the hips here. You actually want to tuck the tailbone under, meaning that you have to use your abs to not fall onto the floor, right? The floor's not very far away, so it wouldn't actually be damaging or anything like that, right? But we want to find that control and support. So legs are going to go as far from you as you can and still have the knees soft. So we create this kind of open boat position. Yeah, wide shoulders, wide chest, draw those abs and ribs in so you feel that scoop inwards towards you. And that way we can rock through this movement. Now, to protect the neck, we are not going to roll onto the neck. We're just going to go to the upper shoulders. It's not about momentum. This is really a controlled and safe exercise this way. So we're going to round back to the upper back, and then we just roll ourselves up to sit. Now notice I'm still rounded, right? I didn't try to sit up tall here. I stay rounded. I get that nice hug around the core muscles. Now it's inhale as we round it back, and then exhale up. So we add that cleansing breath to the exercise. And inhale back, and exhale up. Check in with the shoulders, relax them wide. Inhale back, and deep exhale. Let's do one more like that, please. Inhale as you round, and exhale up. Now you've got some options. If that feels like plenty of challenge for you today, stick with this. Totally great option. If this feels comfortable for you, you want to step it further, you're going to open those knees and allow the toes, knees, and shoulders to all line up. So you end up with a little frog position here. Now hands can be on the outside of the legs, behind the knees, or anywhere along the shins that feels comfortable for you. Now, the closer the ball, the more core it's going to take. Remember, this is not a competition. There's no judgment. Just do what's best for your body. We do want to challenge, but we want to challenge in a range that is encouraging the core to work, that we can encourage this rounded spine from the abs. So that rounding is not slouching, right? Different movement and different feel in the spine. We want to keep that chest open. We want to keep those shoulders working down, those abs and ribs in, tuck that tailbone under. So you have your options, right? You could be here, you can be here, or you can be here. Whichever one works best for you. Let's just try 5 more, rolling like a ball. Use that breath. Inhale back and exhale up. Now imagine a candle on that far opposing wall, and you're trying to blow that candle out every time you come to sit. Inhale as you round it back, and exhale up, cleansing out those lungs. And inhale, deep exhale. We got 2 more. And inhale, and exhale, lift, draw those ribs in. One last time. Inhale, and exhale up. Awesome. Great job, you guys. If you have any additional work that you'd like to do now, you're warmed up, you're ready to go. Those core muscles are a little more on fire, and you should be able to kind of dive into any of that additional work. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow for day 4. Great job.